everyone, it's Brandy and you're watching Abstract Crafter. We're going to do a post review on Staroar, the rhinestone encrusted sunflower butterfly picture that I got. I wanted to hurry up and get this out to you because I know a lot of you ordered this, so I wanted you to be able to see what it is that you have to look forward to. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching, and we will get right into that as soon as I roll the intro credits. Alright guys, let's get into this. So, like I said in the intro, we're going to do the post review on Staroar, and I wanted to hurry up and get this out because I know a lot of you guys ordered this, so I wanted you to kind of get excited, and for those of you that were maybe on the fence, maybe this will be what you need to push you over that little ledge there. So, without further ado, why don't we get into this instead of staring at the pamphlet. Ta-da! And I know my light is blinding, so let's do that. So, alright, my eye wants to put it this way, like this looks normal to me, but it actually should go this way. That's the way it's advertised, and that's the way I've seen it everywhere she's posted it. But we're going to keep it like this because, like I said, this is the way that my eye goes to it, and this is the way that makes sense to me. This is, again, from Lucy, from Staroar, and she named this painting Sunflowers and Butterfly, which is a very fitting name, if I do say so myself. It's a 30 by 40 or a 12 by 16 inch. It had 28 colors, which is amazing for a painting of this size. I think anything around that number or higher is really good. You don't want to get too high though, because then you start to lose some of it. As far as rhinestone paintings go, I have told you guys before that I'm not a big fan of them for the most part, because I feel like they can get really washed out really easily if people don't, have really vibrant colors. Even though they're, for the most part, see-through, you still want a lot of vibrancy in the colors. So like this one, I feel like was done exceptionally well. The separation of colors is great. There are a few colors that were so similar in tone that they don't really separate themselves out. Like up in here, there's probably 3 or 4 yellows up there, and the orange really stands out. Again, with the greens over here, you get a couple of dark greens and then the light greens, and the browns especially, the tones were so similar that I think there was a couple colors that I couldn't even tell a difference for the most part. And the same with the blues. You can see here how there's very little detail. Now granted, that wing is folded up slightly, whereas this one is laying flat. Like it's kind of like mid. If you've ever seen a butterfly, they can land sideways. And that's kind of the view that you're getting here. So this wing is meant to be like this kind of. So it's not flat like that. And so that's why you're getting a lot more of the veining detail in this butterfly. You can see it a little bit in here. I can see it better in the camera than I can not in the camera. I didn't have a lot of troubles. The glue on this was incredible. I found that if I got one out of place, I couldn't really slide it into the right place, but if I twisted it, it would go and it would stay instead of bouncing back like I've had with some glues. I want to grab, I do have the leftovers right here. Oh, and this is also the first official post review of 2019. That's pretty exciting. So we'll look through these leftovers in just a second. I had a lot in some and not so many in others, so I mean, that just... some of them had more garbage than others, and it didn't necessarily mean the ones that had the most color either. Before we get into all the finer details, why don't we put in a side-by-side from Lucy's Amazon Staroar page, and I'll turn it up this way because that's the way that I will be presenting the side-by-side. So why don't I insert that here for you guys? So really, really good, really close. I'd say this is about as good as you're going to get with rhinestones. This really has changed my mind about rhinestones, and now I want to kind of look to see if I can find more. I know that there's a lot of like animals and stuff, and those ones can be pretty detailed. A lot of them that you find though are partial, and I think this is one of the few that I found that were that was full. Now I know there's a store on AliExpress, and I know a few other YouTubers have gotten ones that are full drills. So I know that they're out there. I just personally haven't gotten them yet. The symbols were incredibly easy to read. I had no troubles figuring out which one was which. It was very obvious. What you see on the side with this chart is what you get. So there was nothing, no hidden like surprises. Now sometimes I've had it where the colors on the chart don't match the ones on the canvas. There'll be quite a few shades off, but this was dead on. So very, very easy to differentiate. Now I had no issues with the canvas. You can see here that it was folded for delivery, and there's wrinkles in the canvas, but it didn't seem to translate onto the canvas in the front. So maybe you can see it a little bit right there, but it didn't affect the overall look of the image. And once this is behind glass, you're not going to notice whatsoever. It's going to be perfect. So the glue itself, like I said, was really good. There was no areas that I felt were bad, no pinched or buckled, and this is glue versus tape, so you're not going to have as many issues. Typically with the glue, the only issues you get are like little divots in the paint, because typically if it's not done with a machine and it's done by hand, they'll pour the glue and they'll just take a scraper and go back and forth, and a lot of times there'll be like little divots where the scraper kind of pulled up more glue than it should have. But other than that, it was really good. So one thing that I did add to post reviews as far as checklists go was I asked myself, was the size offered a good fit for the image? Because there was no choices for sizes. It was, this is what it was, this is what you get. So I feel like this was an excellent size offered for this image. I don't think you could have went smaller. You would have lost a lot of the detail in the sunflowers. You're already kind of losing it a little bit down here and a little bit in the leaves, but not to a detrimental degree. So I think no smaller than this, maybe even bigger. You could pull more details out, but I don't know that I'd want anything bigger than what I did get. So I think this was a perfect size for the image. Let's get into the beads that just fell onto the floor. So I'll just kind of quickly go through them since there's 28 colors. We don't really want to spend too much time on all of them. And that's the garbage. We'll talk about that in a second. So, like, as you can see, let's turn this over so that my camera isn't competing here. So, you do get quite a few leftovers. Now that's really only good if you're ordering a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to be ordering a whole lot, then having a backup supply of crystals doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. So as you can see, it's pretty average across the board as far as the extras. And there's, I want to get in to where I can find the black ones, because they were pretty unique to this kit. Here they are. And I just want to lay out these blue ones. So, yeah, very much so consistent. Plenty of leftovers. I was able to be picky when it came to the actual beads themselves and being able to pull out the garbage, even though there was not very much at all. But these black ones I want to get into, I initially thought that these would be like typical 310s. And by that I mean no silver bottom and just black through and through. So the fact that these have the silver bottoms is, it's very consistent with this. And And I guess it's kind of important in that way because I noticed that rhinestones have a different shape than typical rounds. Let's see if there's a color. Black's not going to show it too well. Let's see if I can find one of the colors that was very prominent in it. I know the black is, but I know that some of the colors are easier to see that with than maybe this one. And we'll have to get that autofocus on. Let's see. Well, it's not going to really let me show you all that well. So bear with me while I try to describe it to you. So with crystals, you're getting more of a point on them. And I'm trying to see if I can autofocus. Come on. Okay, it's just not going to work with me here. So I got a round right here that I was going to try to compare it to. Let's see if I can get one out onto my hand. So you can see here, it's very obvious that that has the rounded aspect to it, even though it has like 13 to 26 cuts on it. I don't remember exactly offhand how many cuts rounds get. They have a lot. I think I'm thinking squares with 13. But rounds typically have up to 30 cuts on them, which is why you get more sparkle with the round ones. And so with the rhinestones, they're more of a cone shape, if you will. Let's see if I can just get one out. Maybe I can show you better that way. Not really, but you'll have to just take my word for it. So typically the rhinestones have like a flat top, and they look like a actual diamond does. Whereas diamonds have the flat top and the cone bottom. That's kind of how rhinestones are, especially in this kit. And rounds obviously are more dome shaped on top. So there is a little bit of a difference in that aspect. And so the point of all of that weird explanation is that's how these black ones were cut. They were cut more like typical rhinestones than traditional round drills. So they go with it very nicely, whereas I've gotten kits where it was the standard domed shaped 310 drills, and they do stand out because they're a different shape. Not an immense amount, obviously, but enough. So let's see, I'm just going to try to put those into a pile so that I can show you the garbage. And again, I show you garbage because that kind of speaks to the quality of the overall drills. If you have a lot of garbage, obviously that means that the drills are really bad. So that's the amount of garbage I had, and the most of it was, see, that's where it's easier. I guess I should have pulled one of these out to show you. Let me do that. That will be able to show you the shape a little bit better. So the majority of the ones that I pulled out were the ones where the drills themselves got flipped upside down and sprayed on the top versus the bottom. So the top part of the drill is silver, and the bottom part has the color. They're so tiny that... So there. So that's the bottom, again, is where it should be sprayed. And so here you can see the shape a little bit better. And not super good, but you get the idea. You can see the flat top and then how it kind of cones out. And that honestly was the majority of the garbage that I had. And it wasn't a whole lot of it. Others were like this one here. You can see how the light bounces off of it. So they're just concaved. And you can tell because they have a little bit different appearance. They look... Come on. Rhinestones are hard to film, guys. They have a little bit different look than the rest of the diamonds. And I can actually show you because I saw a couple where I got them on the canvas on accident. So, and they do stand out if you get them on your canvas. Like, my eye will go right to them. And I know that there was one up here in the green. So right there, kind of in the center. Let me turn this autofocus off. So right there, you can see the difference. So that one is a little bit concave, and I should have pulled it out. There's another one right there. And they just look a little different. They don't look bad, but considering those are the same color, there's not as much color on that one because it's too concave. Alright, so overall experience working on the canvas, I loved it. I had so much fun. I couldn't wait to work on it. This is the one that came with those little squares. Let me grab them. I have them right here for you. These squares of parchment paper. I did end up taking the thing off, the clear cover, and using these instead. I just wanted to know what it was like, and I loved it. That, to me, because they overlapped, so you got a really nice workable area. It broke up into 9 areas, and I was able to get about 2 areas done a day. And I didn't work on it consistently. I just worked on it at night. So I probably could have got this. So instead of, I think it was 4 days total to get this done. I think I could have got it done in 2 if I would have worked on it steady. But so this was a really, really nice addition to have. And I just kept them in the bag that the toolkit came in with this diamond painting. And I'm going to save them because I'm going to use them in future projects. I want to see how long they last, how many projects I can get use out of those. So, why don't we just get right into scoring? There's not a whole lot more to say about this particular painting. So, I didn't mark it on here, but with Amazon, I changed this from 2 points to 1 point, and the other point goes into how accurate was the description. So I didn't make that notation on here. So just keep in mind that that's the only difference that you'll see. And so the unboxing got a 10 out of 10. So very, very nice. And I'm pretty sure that this is going to be probably one of the highest scored images or diamond paintings to date. Right up there with my Ever Moment canvases. So, scoring guideline for a post review. 2 images, and I'm going to try to go through this a little faster for those of you that don't like it. I'm just going to try to run through it because we've already talked about a lot of this. 2 points for image quality. Was it clear or pixelated? Was the size offered a good fit? Yes, it was clear. No, it was not pixelated, and the size offered was a very good fit. So it can have the 2 points for image quality, 1 point for the overall bead quality, 1 point for the glue quality, 1 point for the fun factor because this was a very enjoyable project. 1 point for the canvas condition. I didn't have to iron it. I didn't have to do anything extra to flatten it. I was able to go right to work on it. 1 point for the symbol clarity. 1 point for communication because I did communicate with her. That most of the time will be a freebie point. But she was very nice and sweet to talk to. She was very quick in her responses to me. And she's still keeping up communication with me. Most companies that I do reviews for, that's not always the case. So, 1 point for recommendation. Yes, I would definitely buy from Lucy again. And I actually plan to buy from her again. And then 1 point for description accuracy. The description was very accurate. I got everything that Amazon said I was going to get, I got. And it exceeded my expectations a ton. I don't even know the right word. So, dun 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 dun, 10 out of 10 for Staroar, specifically this picture. Now, I did also order a toolkit from her. You can see that in the other series that I have running side by side with the Amazon project, in which I am going in depth on different areas of diamond painting. In that episode, I talked about the different trays and the different uses for trays. And I opened a kit that I unbagged a kit that I got from Staroar. There is a couple more pictures that I am looking to get. I know she has a crystal stitch. I'm not a big fan of like Disney cartoon characters. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with the way they look. It's just my personal aesthetic. But I think I might get it and just, I don't know what I'll do with it. But I do know that I want to support her. She is a very sweet lady. She takes a lot of pride in her work. And she really cares about making sure that we get the very best for our money. This was $20.99 on Amazon. If there's a different price at the time of editing, I will insert it here. If you buy it from her webpage, which I will scroll right here on the screen, www.staroar, staroar.com is her webpage. You can buy it from there, and it is a little bit more expensive on her site at $29.99. I'm not sure about shipping. I did not look into that. I just looked to see what she offered on her webpage. So there's a lot more offered there than there is on Amazon. So yeah, with that, I will let you go. Before I do that, again, I want to give a huge thank you to Lucy for offering this to me. I can't say she sent it because I ordered it myself. So blah, word vomit. Thank you to Lucy for asking me to review this for you. You did an amazing job, and I cannot wait to work with you again in the future. I'm going to go order some more from you because you have amazing quality. So thank you for believing in me, believing in my channel, and giving me this opportunity to do this review for you. And thank you to everyone else who ordered from my link and supported Lucy, went over to her channel, watched her video, and possibly subscribed. Thank you so much for that. She's an amazing woman, and she just really deserves all of our support. So, yeah, with that, now I will let you go. So have an awesome day. Have fun diamond painting. Have fun crafting. Have fun doing whatever it is that makes you happy. I love you, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.